In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the video conferencing tool Zoom in your classrooms here in the School of Nursing. If you've never used Zoom before, it's a fantastic free tool that you can use for video conferencing for a number of different purposes. In this video, I'm going to show you specifically how you can use it in your classrooms here in the School of Nursing building. Primarily the classrooms on the first floor, but any of the other classrooms can use Zoom, whether you're inviting a guest speaker or you want to conduct a virtual international classroom with a class full of people in another place, even another country, or maybe you want to record your lecture or any number of other things that you could envision. Zoom may be a great tool to help you with that. So if you want to use Zoom in our School of Nursing classrooms, there are two things you're likely going to want to know before you get started. First, when you log into your Zoom account, whether you're on a laptop like this one or you're using the classroom computers themselves, you'll start your Zoom meeting the same way you would if you were sitting at home or in your office. So you'll log in to zoom.us and go to host a meeting, and you'll tell it then if you want to turn on the video or use it without video or just do a screen share only. So I'm going to start with video on, and that'll open Zoom in the web browser just like it would under any circumstances. The only difference here is that I'm in one of our classrooms, and I'm going to show you a couple of other things. So here you'll see a screen that you may be familiar with where it shows you what the webcam is currently picking up, and it gives you this opportunity to test the speaker and microphone. If you're using Zoom in one of our classrooms, this is a critical step that you'll want to be sure to test out thoroughly. So if you do test speaker and microphone, it opens up these boxes to say, do you hear the ringtone? You can say yes or no. What you'll want to be sure of is these options available here for your speaker and then later for your microphone. Right now, the sound is coming through the speakers in the laptop. But when I select HDMI Crestron, now they're coming through the speakers in the ceiling of the classroom. And that's exactly what I want. So I'll click yes. And now it's going to do the microphone test, and you can hear my voice among other things, but it's also playing the audio through the speakers in the ceiling, and that's exactly what we want. So in our classrooms, if you're using Zoom, you'll want to make sure that you select this HDMI Crestron option. And then once you've done that, you can join with computer audio, and then again, join with computer audio. And now, as you can see, the webcam is looking at me, and this is how I would conduct a normal Zoom meeting. But what if I want to have a guest speaker come and give a presentation to my class, but in addition to the students seeing the speaker, I want the speaker to be able to see the students? Or what if I want to do the monthly division meeting, and I want people who are connecting remotely using Zoom to be able to see everybody else in the division and hear what they have to say? This setup where the camera is looking at me instead of at the people in the class just doesn't work for that. So if you want to do something like I just described, you can check out one of these handy webcams that will plug in via USB, and using these little connections on the bottom that may or may not show up very clearly, you can use this to connect to the top of a laptop like so, or if you flip it around, you can use it to view the entire classroom or audience, whatever the case may be. So to connect this, all I have to do is plug in the USB into my laptop, and then if I click this tiny arrow in the lower left-hand corner, it will see the new webcam amongst the various options, and I just select HD Pro Webcam, and now the camera is facing whatever direction I want the camera to face. So I can set the webcam on top of my laptop this way, and I can adjust it ever so slightly. This would allow me to turn the laptop so as you can see, it's facing the classroom rather than facing me, the speaker. In addition to that, you could clamp the webcam on top of the classroom monitor. This would allow you to turn it like so, and maybe get a slightly wider angle like this. And in addition to that, if you want as wide an angle as possible, we also have some tripods that you're welcome to check out to give you the widest possible angle in your classroom. But whatever the case, these webcams, we have several of them. They are available to be checked out. They have a built-in microphone and webcam. So these will allow you to turn the camera around to face the audience so that your speaker and your audience can see and hear one another. So to recap, there are two main things you'll want to be aware of if you want to use Zoom in one of our School of Nursing classrooms. The first is when you're beginning your meeting, you want to make sure that you select the Crestron. It's usually listed as HDMI Crestron or just Crestron option. That will ensure that the audio quality is the highest that it can be for your presenter and for your audience. And the second thing that you'll probably want to do is to check out one of our external webcams. They're available anytime. You can check them out for as long as you need one. And if it turns out that it works for you and you want to get one for yourself, they only cost between $40 and $60 for a 1080 HD webcam that you can set up pretty much anywhere.